Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for tuning in to what's going to be another review of some multi-chrome pigments. A few months back I reviewed some from Beauty Bar Baby. Theirs are called Quad Chromes and I have the shades Hocus Pocus and Abracadabra. Have a whole video talking about those, so I will link those. Either tap the eye or check the description down below for a link if you want to see the full video. But around the time that I did this, I also placed an order. It was actually a pre-order for soon to launch pigments from Chaos Makeup or Cosmetics. I forget what it's called. Everything will be linked down in the description. In that last video, a lot of you guys had let me know about more indie brands that had a similar multi-chrome concept, and after looking around, I finally landed on these. I don't know why. I was mesmerized by the whole hand thing. If you've seen them on Instagram, you probably have. It's where she coats her whole hand in one of these pigments and just it's so multi-dimensional and I was hooked. So this is what I went with, but unfortunately they hadn't been launched yet. They were on pre-order and I only got them just a couple days back. So I wanted to put them to the test. So the Chaos pigments retail for 18 bucks a piece, which I kind of had some sticker shock on when I first saw them because the Beauty Bar Baby only retail for $8.50. So Chaos is more than double the price. However, when I actually looked at the weights, you get half a gram of product in the Beauty Bar Baby and a full gram in the Chaos. It's still more than double the price, but it's almost the same cost per gram. That said, 18 bucks ain't cheap for one eyeshadow. So to the extent that you want these just to kind of play around with, they're not going to be a mainstay or a staple in your everyday makeup routine, you might consider sticking with the Beauty Bar Baby just because even though you get half as much, if you're not trying to use it all the time, it's a way to save some extra money. But anywho, back to the Chaos shadows. I picked up 3 shades. The first one is Rebel Girl, and this is supposed to be a combination of magenta, purple, green, and teal. Then there is Nirvana, which despite looking like a deep forest green in the jar, is actually a combination of a light purple, a teal, a green, a light green, and then a deeper emerald green. And then the last shade is the one that I am wearing on my eyes today. I'm just wearing this one shade on my eyes. It's called Lemon Lime, but the weird thing is I can't find it on the Chaos website. It's still on their Instagram, and as of a few days ago they had posted a swatch with Lemon Lime, so I think it's still available, although the whole collection is still up for pre-order. They did them in batches, so like I got it on the first pre-order, that has shipped, and now they're taking more pre-orders for the second batch, so technically none of them are actually shipping right now, but Lemon Lime isn't on the site at all, so I hope it's still around. It's not in the bundle or in any of the single shades though, which is a shame because, spoiler alert, it's my favorite shade of all of these. It's super similar to an antique gold shade, which if you're not familiar, tends to have more of a golden base, and then as it shifts goes into something deeper like a brown or a black. It tends to be more two-dimensional in my experience of the antique gold shades that I have, but it can sometimes come off as a little severe. So what I like about this is you get the multi-chrome components. It's more of a greeny yellow that then is more easily blended into the deeper greens that you can kind of see change here in the outer corner. There's like teals and maybe a little hint of purple. I can kind of see it as I look in the jar here. So of the 3, Lemon Lime is my favorite, but Rebel Girl comes in at a close second, and what's interesting is it looks pretty similar to Abracadabra from Beauty Bar Baby. But what I will say is that Rebel Girl is a little bit more, I think the shift is a little bit more apparent. And for whatever reason, at least when used dry, Rebel Girl is a little bit easier to build up the pigment with than Abracadabra is too. There are some subtle differences. I think Abracadabra has more of a light lilac-y component or undertone. I'm not sure if it has an undertone, if there are like 4 different colors in here. I'm not sure what an undertone is, but it feels like there's a light lilac-y component to Abracadabra, whereas Rebel Girl leans more into the deep purples and that teal and that deep forest green kind of vibe. So they are different, but to the extent that Rebel Girl's kind of calling your name, maybe but you want to save money or you just don't need this much product, maybe consider checking out Abracadabra instead. Then the shade that I honestly thought I was going to love the most, but just didn't kind of do it for me, was Nirvana. And remember I said earlier how in the jar it looks like this emerald green, but when you see it swatched, especially on their Instagram and online, it doesn't look anything like this. Like it almost looks like a base of a soft gray with a bunch of different color, from green to lilac to teals in there, but in the jar and really when swatched, it comes off as just a very strong green with little slight facets of other shades. You may be wondering how I got here.
Kidding, but I have always wanted to create one of those memes. But I'm actually pausing this to tell you that this pigment has actually bamboozled me, and maybe you too if you paid attention to the demo earlier in the video. In my entire time testing this, it looks like a pretty but kind of flat emerald green, and this is what comes next in the video. It's just me telling you that it didn't live up to what I was expecting or what I saw on their Instagram page, blah blah blah. But as I sit here editing this, Nirvana has transformed on my screen, like literally, look at this. Guys, I tried this pigment under every light source I had on hand, but I couldn't get it to look any other way in real life besides emerald. Now I don't know what to think of this beautiful liar. So just know that Nirvana does in fact deliver on its multi-chrome promises, but not necessarily in real life, and I don't really know what to do about that. But there you have it. Let's continue on.
But overall, they're really great, gorgeous shadows. It really just comes down to which shades you're most interested in, which you think you're gonna get the most wear out of, and then going from there, I think. So I really hope this video helped. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. Besides that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.